I am Betsy Shank, and I'm running for school board. I did not grow up in Cincinnati, just about everybody else did, but not I. I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, and I came from a family of teachers. It's beginning to sound familiar. My mother was a teacher, my aunt was a teacher, my older sister went into teaching, so the handwriting was on the wall for me. I came to Cincinnati in 1969 to go to Teachers College at University of Cincinnati. I graduated and then did not teach. I wasn't ready. I did some other things in the meantime, and then in November of 1978, I had my first teaching job, which was at Dater Junior High. And the next year I was at Lyon Junior High. And the third year I was at Walnut Hills High School, and I stayed there for 29 years until I retired. I had a wonderful career teaching at Cincinnati Public Schools. In that time I was involved in many programs and writing curriculum and helping with the teachers union. And so I got to know Cincinnati Public thoroughly from that aspect. I decided to run because I'm not finished with public service. I am not finished with public education, public schools, or with Cincinnati Public. There's still much work to be done. I still have energy, and so I want to put what I know to the task of being on the school board. There are 3 areas, if I am elected, that I would like to pursue. Those areas are being involved with the community, or having the community involved with the schools, having a solid financial foundation, and also strong and effective leadership. As far as community involvement, I think probably the most formal model we have for that is what Daniel was talking about with the community learning centers. This seems to be a working model that is being used in, I believe we have 32 schools that are community learning centers out of the over 50 schools we have in Cincinnati Public. The thing that I like about this model is that it looks at the individual needs of that school community. And people within the community, be they business leaders or doctors, sit down with school personnel to figure out what these students need to be effective. What do these students need in order to learn and do well in school? And then the program is designed from there. The wraparound services of what's needed in that particular community are then set up and they're added on as they can be. This is good because the one thing that frustrated me as a teacher was the idea that one size fits all. Well, we know that's not true. It's not true in clothing and it's not true in education. So I think it's important that we look at the differences in our communities. We have different programs, we have differences in communities. So we need to shape the education for the particular needs of that community. And the model of the Community Learning Center does that very well. As far as financial foundation, we have, money that comes from taxes. We have money that comes from the federal government. We have money that comes from, or did come from, the state. And so we have to make use of that in an effective way. I think we've done okay with that. I think we can do better. I think we can also be, we're doing okay as far as being able to give that information to the public because it is a matter of public record. But sometimes it's confusing. I think we can do a better job of explaining that so that you understand when we come to you and say, we need to put a levy on the ballot. Nobody likes the L word, but it's necessary. As far as leadership, I'm thinking about effective leadership in all different levels. That would be in the classroom, at the principal level, at the management level, at the central office, and also the superintendent. I want to see effective leadership here. I think we could do better in what I call raising principles. This is looking at people, teachers primarily, who are effective in the classroom and effective in dealing with their colleagues and encouraging them to become principals. We used to do that quite often. It was done well. And we slacked off of that. That's my opinion anyway. And I think we need to get back to nurturing principles so that there's a natural line of succession, so to speak. And then those principals go on and become the managers at the central office. I think we need to put more attention into developing leaders. We have much to do. I have the energy to do it. I am ready to represent the community. So between now and November 5th, when you're voting, please make one of your votes for Betsy Shank for school board.